I think the state of biology, people will look back and say, wow, that was in the dark ages. I think uh, another thing that we'll look back on is I think we still continue to underestimate how important drones are going to be in warfare. The future of all warfare is drones. There will be nothing else on the battlefield, because I think of the end state of drones as autonomous bullets, not even guided, autonomous, like they're self-directed. And so if that's the future we're headed towards, and it is dystopian.
Why would you have an armed force that's...
There's going to be there's going to be no aircraft carriers, there's going to be no tanks, there's going to be no infantrymen. There's just going to be autonomous bullets. By autonomous bullets against your autonomous bullets, whichever ones win, the other side just surrenders because it's over. I think that's the second piece of it. I think a third piece that is going to be kind of unexpected is the GLP-1s, which I know you and I privately discussed before. I think these are the most breakthrough drugs since antibiotics. They're probably more important than statins. They're sort of miracle drugs. They seem to, there are downsides, but the downsides and side effects are so minor compared to the upsides beyond just weight loss. They also seem to be addiction breakers. They seem to lower many kinds of cancer. They almost metabolically reverse aging up to a certain point. And I think they're going to bend the curve on healthcare costs. And the big question people are going to be asking over the next 5 years is, why are Americans paying thousands of dollars a month for this when people overseas are getting them for free, or I can order them from China for free or whatever. And maybe like if I were Bernie Sanders, the platform I would be running on is I would say, okay, we're going to pay, hundreds of billions of dollars to Novo and Eli Lilly, and we're just going to make these free. Or there's hundreds of analogs of these things that work. These are not going to be, limited to just the few that are being used today. Just take one of them or two of them and make them free. And I think it'll make a big difference. And as you and I were discussing earlier, this does bend a lot of people out of shape who got there the old-fashioned way, and they want to see obesity as a moral failing on people's parts, and it lowers their status if they are suddenly no longer
the signal is less of a signal. Yeah,
correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they're incented to say, oh, well, you don't know the downsides. Have fun losing bone and muscle mass. By the way, none of that stuff is really true. The cancer stuff is actually beneficial on. I know people who are now taking these things for anti-aging reasons. They're already fit, but they just want to age better and have a stronger insulin metabolism. And there's evidence now these things are, they put off dementia, Alzheimer's, colon cancer. It's insane. Cardiovascular disease, like the list of benefits is insane.